Stampers, it's Judy Klock here at Stampin' with Crafty Klock, coming to you tonight for my weekly Facebook Live. And tonight, I finally got a chance to play with the cute Halloween suite. I know it's still August, but we're thinking ahead, and I've just been wanting to get my hands on this cute little set. So let me show you what comes in the suite. It's on pages 50 and 51 of our mini catalog, and you get the cutest Halloween stamp set and punch. You can punch out the pumpkin, the cat head, and the ghost. You also get this beautiful double-sided designer series paper. You get 48 sheets. And what I love about these is that once again, you have one side that's really colorful. You've got Old Olive and Flirty Flamingo and Basic Gray and Black and Highland Heather and all those great colors. And then on the back, it's all shades of black, white, and gray. So how great is that? I love that when they do that with our paper. You also get a bolt of this beautiful gingham ribbon, black and white gingham ribbon that you can actually color with our blends to make any color you want. And you also get these really cute little tombstone boxes. Now, I will say there's definitely a top and a bottom. So when you put them together, make sure that you separate them out. They do look a little bit different because I think at first we had assembled like two of each piece, like two tops or two bottoms, I don't remember, and we couldn't get them to fit together. So we finally figured that out. So learn from our mistakes. And you also get these really cute multicolored stars, okay, like iridescent stars. All right, so let's go and let me show you what I'm going to make. So tonight we're going to make two cards. We're going to do this really cute card in Basic Gray. We're just going to stick with the Basic Gray and the Old Olive, but we're going to add a wobble, and our ghost is kind of going to float in the air. And then we're going to add in, we're going to use our basic borders dies, and we're going to do a little fancy cut there, and then we're going to showcase. This one wasn't a very good one because it's just black on the one side, but I like the idea of showcasing both sides of the designer series paper, and I just love this little bat. I thought he was so cute. This is another one I did. We're not going to make it tonight, but I just did another one in Highland Heather in Basic Black with that designer series paper, and then just use the reverse side on the inside of our card. So there's lots of options. And then lastly, again, I'm not going to make it tonight, but this is that little tombstone box. How cute is that? So you can really fit a pretty good amount of candy in there. Or I guess you could put like a gift card or cash or whatever you wanted to give out. See, I colored the ribbon with our Stampin' blends, and I made it purple. And then when I cut off that piece of paper, when I went and I cut off from the pink, I cut this off. I laid down that border die again. Let me show you these border dies. I laid that down again. I used kind of what I call like the rickrack one, and I just kind of laid it down. I matched it up so that my peaks and my valleys were kind of the same, and I just ran it through again, and I created this little tiny strip there that I could use to put a little sentiment on, and just put that on the box. So how cute is that? And these punched out right from the designer series paper. The punch will fit the little cat head and the little pumpkin. You just have to cut them out. And then for the ghost is also cut out right from, of course I'm not going to find that one now, but the ghost is also cut out. There it is, punched out right from the designer series paper. So I just punched them out and popped them up with a Stampin' Dimensional. So how cute is that to give a little Halloween get together, a little candy or something to people that you're going to get together with for Halloween. All right, let me just put these away. And let me just say, I believe that the purchase of this suite qualifies you for a free celebration item. Don't forget, we are in our second celebration period, and you can earn free products. So, yep, the suite is $67, $67.50 to be exact. So if you order this entire suite, which you get all 4 of these products, you get the stamp set and punch bundle, the tombstone treat boxes, the star embellishments, and the ribbon, you will also qualify for a free celebration item. So don't forget, if you are here, go ahead and leave me a hello or let me know you're here, because again, I always raffle off my cards. I pick someone to win these cards, so it could be you. All right, so here we go. I have here my base of basic gray, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. I have a piece of our basic white that is 4 by 5.25, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment on the inside. It's going to have a fabulous Halloween. And I'm just going to stamp that in the old olive. There we go. And then I took one sheet of 6x6 designer series paper and I cut a piece to 4 by 5.25 for the front. I took the remaining 2 inches that was cut off, and I cut that to 2 inches. I cut that to 5.25. So we're going to just kind of lay that over. And then that little piece that I cut off the bottom, it was 4 inches. I'm just going to go ahead and lay that right down there. So the only piece of our designer series paper that we're actually, I guess, going to waste is this little piece, and I might save it because who knows, I could use that somewhere. So let's go ahead and start putting our card together. I hope I have enough Stampin' Seal. It looks like it's almost out, but no worries, we can just go to glue if we have to. All right, just gonna go put that on there. Whoops, come on. So this is a great way to kind of use up those scraps of your designer series paper and just add a little bit of interest to the inside of your card too. So it's a win-win. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and put that on the inside. So we got that done. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this just right over there. And I'm telling you, I love the fact that this designer series paper is colorful on one side and then the shades of black, white, and gray on the other. I think it just makes it really versatile. Okay, you got that. Then I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna probably put this about 1 inch from that fold line. So it's gonna be a little bit off center, but I kind of like that look. And I like the fact that I was really able to use this whole sheet of designer series paper to just make one card. Okay. Hey Patricia, how are you? Haven't seen you on here in a long time. Now I'm going to take our little ghost and we are going to stamp him in our basic black. And then we're going to punch him out. We've got him. And then they have this really cute little stamp. It's like 2 eyes, a nose, or I guess it's a mouth maybe, and his little hands. We're just going to go put that on there. How cute is that? It looks like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Now, let me grab my punch. And now, because this has multiple images, you don't really want to have a great big piece of paper, so these scraps are perfect. Because this way, when you put it in, you're not wasting a whole bunch of white paper. You're just kind of punching out exactly what you need. Okay, so we're going to save him for a minute. We're going to come back here and we're going to stamp in our old olive, Hey Boo. Hey Boo. Do that, okay? Now, so this was the Everyday Labels punch that I used on that, and I punched one out of our basic white, and I punched one out of our old olive. And then I'm going to take the one that I punched in old olive, and I'm going to just cut it right down the middle, because I want to have just a little bit peek out from each side. So I cut it down the middle widthwise, not lengthwise. All right. So I'm just going to kind of put that there. Make sure that I'm even on the top and bottom. Same thing over here. Even on the top and bottom. And that's our label. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Just going to put a couple on there. Okay. So again, this card's going together pretty fast. Hey, boo. Now, you can buy these wobbles from Amazon, because where do you get everything these days? You get them from Amazon. And I forget how much they were. They weren't much. I can put the link. I'll add the link after I'm done with this. They come in two sizes. This is the small size, and they also have a larger size. But I thought how fun would it be to have our ghost sort of float? So it's got sticky adhesive, so I'm just going to stick it on the back of my ghost. And then I'm going to take off the other part of the adhesive that's on what I call like the, I guess the anchor that's going to anchor it to the card. And we're just going to put him floating right above there. And then we're going to come back and we're going to add some stars. If I can find where I put them. There they are. I was just going to put on like 3 of the orange stars. They're just so cute. And we're just going to add that little pop of color, because we've just kind of gotten all the shades of black, gray, and green. And there we have our very first card. We're all ready for Halloween. But how fun is that? And our little ghost just kind of wobbles. Okay. For our next card, I went very non-traditional, but I went with Flirty Flamingo. And again, I used our basic borders dies to cut off this edge, because I wanted to be able to see both sides of the designer series paper. Now, I really wanted to use this because I thought the bat was so cute. So the back isn't very interesting, but that's why I went with the Flirty Flamingo, because I thought if anything could carry off sort of that basic black back of that paper, it would be this cardstock. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to add some Stampin' Seal right down here. And I'm just going to sort of lay my card. Going to get it even, top and bottom, side to side. I'm just going to fold this over. Okay, so that's all we're doing for the front of our card for right now. Now I'm going to take a piece of our gingham ribbon. And I don't know, probably maybe, 14 or 15 inches. I'm just going to cut it. Now I could have colored this with my Flirty Flamingo Stampin' Blend, but I thought that might be just a little too much color. So I just left it with the black and white. Okay, so now I really need my reverse tweezers. Again, great little item to have in your craft stash. Again, from Amazon. And I'm just going to tie this in a knot. Okay. Now, I'm just going to trim these up. Okay, cut it on a little bit of an angle. Okay, but now look, let me show you before we go any further. Look at how easy. I have a little piece of paper here. Look how easy. This is my Flirty Flamingo, right? I'm just going to color this. Woo, it's going to take that color so well. Actually, it works better on a bigger piece, but there you have it. That's how easy it is to color this ribbon. So if you want to make it any color you want, just grab your Stampin' Blends and color away. Okay. Now we've got one more thing to do. We have got our little sentiment that we're going to put here, and we have to do our inside. I forgot our inside. And I had my pick a labels punch, and I don't know where that went to. Give me 1 second, folks. Let me go get that punch that I want. Okay. So I wanted my lovely labels punch because I wanted to give this little sentiment a little bit of interest. It's only about 1 inch wide. So because it is so short, I'm going to sort of need a little help. So I'm going to cut a piece of a Post-it note, and I am going to just kind of put it on the end, and then I'm going to feed this into my punch, and that's going to help me when it goes up so far, kind of keep it where I want it. So now, oh, well, that didn't work out. Maybe I have to do it this way. Let me see. Okay. So we're going in. We're going in. I want to make sure this is going to be where I want it. That looks pretty good. Punch that. Okay. I'm going to stamp my sentiment, which is trick or treat. We're just going to stamp that in our basic tuxedo black. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom end. We are going to stick our label in there. Let me make sure I got the thing on it. Okay, see how I'm just making sure it's lined up? Okay. And now we have our trick or treat. And again, I'm just gonna pop this on there with a couple of Stampin' dimensionals. And then we'll get to work on the inside of our card. And I had such a hard time trying to figure out where to place this, but that's fine. Let me get my inside. So I think I said trick or treat. I don't think I put anything on the inside, did I? Nope. But I did take our candy corn, our little stamps that are triple candy corn. And I was gonna say I couldn't find the cover for my black. Okay, let me get all this stuff out of the way. I'm gonna take some Daffodil Delight, if I can find it. And I'm going to stamp a row of candy corn on the bottom. So I'm just gonna, okay. Now I know the top of our candy corn is always white, so we're going to leave that. But we are going to take our pumpkin pie and we are going to color in the bottom layer of our candy corn to hopefully get that traditional candy corn look of orange, yellow, and white. It doesn't take much. There's not really a lot of area to color. But, you know, you can just, I mean, you could have stamped it in orange and just colored it in with yellow, but I think it's yellow, orange, white. I might be wrong, but I think yellow is the middle layer. But anybody out there who's a candy corn expert, let me know if my colors are off. I know white is definitely on top. All right, that's all we're gonna do for our inside. Let's go ahead and put this on our card. So I hope you, nah, that's out. I knew that was gonna run out. Let me grab some ink, hold on. I knew I was at the very end of my refill. So we'll just finish up with some liquid glue. Okay. We got this. And there we have our second card. So again, see how you can combine different products you may have to create different looks for all of your different cards. So we have the two we created tonight, this little one with our little wobble. I love those wobbles. I have another one that I created, just kind of made my own background paper with just the candy corn stamp in the same color ink. And then of course we have our tombstone treat boxes that we've just kind of jazzed up with some of the elements from this suite. That's it for me. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week at 7:30. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.